Mentioned on the injury, a sprained thumb, and we're having it evaluated now, so we'll just see where it's at. Look for the challenge of playing the Raiders, a good football team. They're playing with a lot of emotion. Antonio Pierce has brought that to the group, and then Bo and Patrick are doing a nice job coordinating on either side of the ball there. So we'll have a good week of practice, work on some of the things we need to work on, and get ourselves better, and then travel out there. Time's yours.
Andy, when you say getting better on the offensive side, obviously with the struggles, not just second half, but just overall struggles, anything within a week standpoint you can kind of pinpoint that it's just simple improvements that you can move on to the next week with?
Yeah, sure. We can do better with the penalty part. We can do better attacking the ball. And those are things we can work on, and we'll continue to work on. So, and that's where we'll start. There's no reason you can't do what you did in the first half, the second half. So, yeah.
You guys mentioned that you're building Kadarius. You guys got 20 snaps for him. Is the plan to continue building on that, or is that the sweet spot of like where you think?
No, we'll see. I think I'm not going to put a number on it. It just depends, But he's involved in the game plan, and that's probably the most important thing. But to put a number on it, I'm not going to do that. Yeah.
Coach, what jumped out as you? I apologize if you talked yesterday, but what jumped out when you looked at the tape?
Yeah, probably not much different than what I mentioned to you guys after the game. There were some really good things, but this second half thing we've got to take care of and figure out and make sure that we fix that as coaches and players. So it's not just the guys. We've got to take care of that. I thought our defense played good football. We had the one long throw, but other than that, pretty spot on. And then offensively, we've got to take care of the drops and the penalties. And if you take care of that, which you can do, you're going to put yourself in good position. And there are other things we've got to work on, but those are the primary things that have hurt us.
Andy, you mentioned the second half thing a couple times. I mean, do you see teams defending you differently in the second half than they do in the first half?
Yeah, not really. No. Now, all these things have been kind of self-inflicted. We've got to take care of that. So we just take care of our business there, and we'll be okay there.
Andy, you coached against Antonio Pierce when he was a player back when you were in Philadelphia. Now you're seeing him being a head coach now. Just what impressed you maybe then when he was a player that made you think, okay, this guy might be one of the 32 head coaches in the NFL?
Yeah, sure. I actually talked to him about coming here at one time. So. As a coach, he's a good communicator, smart. He was a middle linebacker there at the Giants, so had a chance to compete against him quite a bit. And he ran the show, So I figured he'd be probably a pretty good coach if that's the direction he wanted to go. And then Spags had an opportunity to obviously work with him there too. So and he felt the same way. So.
And the Raiders are playing some pretty good defense lately. What have you seen from them since maybe the last time you saw them last year?
Nothing's really changed with 98. He's still a go-getter, man. He plays every snap 100 miles an hour, and heck of a football player. But that's also been contagious, I think, to the rest of the guys. They're playing hard and aggressive, good downhill football. They're tackling well. Coverages are good. So they're doing a nice job.
When you're talking about self-inflicted issues and specifically, penalties, how do you coach that in mid-season as starters?
Yeah, sure. Well, there's certain things that are in the hands of the official. Then there are other ones that we can take care of. Whether it's procedure penalty, type calls or, anyways, those type of things. So we can take care of those just with a little more focus and work.
With, I mean, one of the areas in which we rank the weakest on the offensive side of penalties is holding. Is that an individual thing, or that could sometimes be a group thing as far as the unit working together?
Yeah, so I think you need to see why the official called it, and then you work on it from there. So that's one that's in the official's hands that, yeah, you might agree with, you might not. But you better look at it and see why they're calling that, and if if it's truly something that you're wrong on, then you fix it.
And early in the fourth quarter, you had some words for Travis and made a face. We didn't really get much context. Can you just explain, were you trying to calm him down there? Just the situation there?
Yeah, probably. I don't remember exactly what went on there, but and I don't remember what face I made. But that's all part of it. Emotional game, so yeah, he wants to do well and wants everybody to do well. So that's part of it.
You guys decided to activate Richie James. Is there a plan for him, or is that more of, at this point with the deep receiver room in case of injury, that type of thing?
Yeah, potentially. We'll just see. We'll see how things go this week. We all have confidence in him that he can jump in there and play. So.
Couple more, guys.
Andy, you chipped to help your tackles a lot this week. Was that just an Eagles thing, or is that something you see yourselves doing moving forward?
No, listen, we've done it all year. So we do a variety of different protections, and that's one of them. And we've done that since we've been here, though. I mean, that's part of the package. I think most people in the league do it. So.
Coach, when Patrick and Max Crosby kind of have this conversation every once in a while, and he has said, "Yeah, I know, and Coach has to pull me back. I'm getting out." Is that something you watch out for? Because he likes to get under Patrick's skin, and in addition to being a great pass rusher.
Yeah, they probably both get under each other's skin, but that's part of the Raider Chiefs deal. So that's all healthy. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just noticing that your voice sounds a little different. It's usually really low. Today it's like super. I just wanted to know, were you taking anything or?
No, I'm good.
I just think it really sounds different.
I appreciate you asking. Yeah, no, we're close to game time.
Travis was quoted in an article that he thinks about retirement with the injuries and the kind of pounding that he's taking. Has he talked to you about that yet, or you kind of get a sense from him about that?
No, I mean, I think he enjoys what he's doing. I'm sure, though, the mileage on him, he's got some aches and pains. We try to help him out with that. He doesn't like coming out, and so we make him come out and practice and get him out of, pull him out of plays, and he wants to be in on everything. But the older he gets, he's got to handle that part. You get mileage on you. Time and a place.
Last one, Sam.
Andy, I asked Matt about this yesterday, but wanted to ask you something more specific about Justin Watson's deep ball, where he seems to run a little bit more of a post. Patrick seems to run more of a go route. Not trying to assess blame on that play, but get just a better understanding. Is that the case of a quarterback sees something and the wide receiver is running maybe the route as it's called?
Yeah, so, he just felt like he needed to climb on top of the guy because the guy was more equal to him. He probably could have kept that high, though, higher, like he did last year, actually against these guys. So he had the deep one there where he kept it off the side. You're always trying to create space, though, for the quarterback off of the sideline. But that was probably a little too much. Those things happen, but he'd probably be a little bit more like the one he had last year, is what Pat was thinking, I'm sure.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
Is he one of your favorite trash talking people on the field to talk to?
I mean, I don't like playing against him because I know what type of player he is and the mindset he comes in with. Yeah, I mean, I don't talk a ton of trash. I mean, I just try to stay fired up and go out there and win. And he's the same way. He wants to win as much as anybody, and that's why I have so much respect for him. At the end of the day, we're competing. That's what competitors do.
Like, does he push a certain button that can make you kind of...
No, I don't think he's necessarily trying. I don't know if he's trying to push buttons. He just plays hard. Plays hard every single snap. That's why he's one of the best players in the NFL.
Patrick, how do you resolve the second half scoring issue?
All you can do is go back to your fundamentals. Obviously, we had some opportunities in the second half this last game, but we didn't execute. And so we have to go back to our fundamentals and try to do those. And then hopefully with just steady progress and steady work, we start putting points on the board.
There's been a lot of theories about the misconnections in the downfield passing. Every play's different, but is there something that kind of ties like how you can maybe be a little bit better?
Just a couple of miscues here and there. I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to continue to work at it and try to connect on those as the games continue to go on and the games get bigger and bigger. And so hopefully those mistakes don't happen again and we can learn from them and hit on them this next time.
Is there something with the communication between you and the receivers that you can just fix in such a short amount of time in season? You know, because you've had all season to try to get it to where you wanted to go, but how do you try to fix it in season?
Yeah, you just learn from the mistakes that were made and from me and from the whole group. I got to be on the same page as those guys and just try not to make the same mistakes again. But I have trust that we're going to continue to work and get that thing righted as we head into the later part of the season.
Are you a victim of the fact that you made it look so easy for so long, and then before you, Alex Smith with Tyreek and this offense? Are we expecting too much because it was so easy back in the day?
I mean, we expect to win, and we expect to be great offensively, defensively, and special teams. So as much as everybody expects us to do it, we expect more of ourselves. So I don't think it's anything of a expectation or anything like that. We just have a standard that we want to go out and play to.
Patrick, how are you seeing teams double team Kelsey lately? I guess, what are you seeing?
Yeah, I mean, I think y'all can see it on the tape. I mean, they're putting 2-3 guys on him. They understand how much of a threat he is and how well he's played for a long time now, and so they're trying to take him away the best they can. And it's my job to get it to the right guy, and so we can execute. And if we hit some of these deep passes that we're missing, it's going to take teams out of those double teams and triple teams.
Is that what you were expecting going into the season?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, teams have done it in the past. I think we just have connected on other throws, and so it takes teams out of it. Whenever you double team a guy or put 3 guys there, it opens up a lot of space for me running the football, and it opens up a lot of space for other guys to win. And so, as much as it sounds like they can just do it, double team Travis. I mean, they're putting themselves out there for big plays to happen. And so, I think if we can connect on those, it'll take teams out of putting 2 to 3 guys on them.
How different are the Raiders with Antonio as coach?
I mean, they play hard. I think that's the biggest thing. Coach Pierce is a great coach who's a great player, and he has a mindset, and I think you can see that throughout the entire team. And they got a lot of guys that love football. I mean, it starts with Max, Spillane. I mean, all those guys that are out there, they're flying around and playing hard every single snap.
We talk a lot about timing, but you kind of alluded to that with pass routes, the way you guys run them, there's a lot of options, especially in response to what the defense is doing. How difficult is it to build that relationship like you have with Travis, with other guys, when you haven't been playing with them as long? There's so many new guys.
I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's too difficult. We've done it in the past with a lot of different guys, and so it just comes with reps. You continue to work at it. You learn from the mistakes that you make throughout a game and throughout a season, and you try to be better at it the next time you step on the field, and that's what we're trying to do.
Go Sam and then Nate. Go Sam.
Patrick, the second half thing, is it confounding you at all? It seems like maybe the defenses, Andy said that there's not that much difference in the defense first half and second half. Obviously, the execution's different. Is it confounding to you the reasons why that would be?
I don't necessarily think so. I think it's just, like you said, it's execution. It's not having negative plays, or if that's missed passes, or if that's penalties, or whatever that is, and trying to just consistently have drives. I mean, I'm pretty sure all your teams are going to try to make us drive the entire field, the entire game, not just the first half, and we have to prove that. If not, they're going to make us do that, and it's not like they're changing much. They're just going out there and staying with their game plan, and we have to execute ours.
Nate?
Patrick, I'm sure you may be aware of this, but there's only been one game this year where you guys haven't turned over the football. If you were to eliminate turnovers, just what do you think it will show the offense? that it's capable of, I guess. If that's not a part of the equation.
Yeah, I mean, it's just negative plays. I mean, I was talking about penalties. I mean, if you look at the the big one, the interception, I throw to Justin Watson, the play was designed perfectly. He ran the route, and I just lobbed it instead of just firing and flying him off for a touchdown and then take 7 points off the board and really just changes the game. I mean, it's just, turnovers are so big in this game, and we emphasize that, but I have to be better, and we have to be better at just eliminating negative plays, especially when you play a team like the Eagles. And so we're playing a great team this week that plays hard, and they're going to make us earn it. We have to go out there and show that we can do it.
Thanks, Patrick.
Thanks, Patrick. Happy Thanksgiving.
Thank y'all. All right, guys, we'll wait for Kristen.
What?
Later.